What's up, legends? I hope you're doing well. So it's that time of year again. We have Prime Day, we have Black Friday, Cyber November, Christmas discounts. Well, apparently they're discounts because really sometimes they're just raising the price and then applying the discount and you're paying the same or even more. Now, what I like to do in particular if I'm on a budget is to keep track of the prices. And if you haven't, you can always check out apps or pages like this one, Keepa or Camel. Here you can find and track the prices throughout a period of time. Sometimes the prices that are listed on Amazon and that have a big discount, for example, the Sigma 24 mil has a 19% discount in Prime Week. You can see right here, it's just over $100. But a couple of weeks ago, it didn't have any discount and it was at 900. So you always have to keep in mind that the companies boost up a bit of the prices in order to add some discount and you can end up paying more. So just something to keep in mind, guys, in particular right now where you're being bombarded with a lot of ads about new cameras, new lenses, drones, or gimbals. I like to buy intelligently when the prices are lower. And also I like to buy gear that's gonna last a long time. So as you can see right now, I'm gonna show you my main gear and most of it is not very new. It's quite old, but it still works fantastic and it does the job for me. Now, starting out with the center of all my content creation is the camera, the Sony a7 IV. This camera, I pre-ordered it in 2021 when it was announced, and it's worked fantastically for me. It shoots 33 megapixel photos, which have great amount of detail and information, and it shoots 4K video at 4:2, all Intra S. That's fantastic for me. It does shoot 4K 60, albeit with a little crop, but this camera continues to do marvels for me. I love the ability to quickly shift between photo and video mode, in particular when I'm traveling. It's just fantastic. I use it for my tutorials, I use it for my video work, I use it for my travels. I just love this camera. Now, before I forget, someone in the comment section was asking me about the SD cards that I use. I use the V90s from ProGrade, 264 gigs. I have 2 of them in the camera, and I also have 2 128 gigs as a reserve. Now, the V90s, either from this brand or from SanDisk, are the last line of SD cards, the higher grade, before you need to switch into CF Express cards. Now, I don't have any problem with CF Express cards, only that they're too expensive, and then you need an external adapter to read your file. So my computers have SD card slots, so I just love using SD cards. Of course, I do have 2 extra batteries for the camera. I found that 3 is just perfect for me. I can shoot video and photos all day when I'm out traveling and I'm not going to run out of battery. But maybe you guys need a 4th one, maybe you need a 5th one. It all depends on your needs, but just have extra batteries, that's always good. Okay, now talking about the lenses, a lot of you guys, the OG ones, are going to recognize the same gear because I have no need to change them. Lenses are great investments because if they're good quality, they're not going to decay over time. My main lens that I use for my videos and for a lot of my favorite photos is the Sony FE 35mm f1.4 G Master. This lens is a complete beast. I love it for portraits, I love it for street photography, but in particular I love it for video because it blurs out the background incredibly while not being too tight that you're not seeing the environment. Then in the wide angle, I have the 17-28 Tamron f2.8. This is the V1. There's a new version of this one. I don't have any need to change it. This one is light, it's compact. I love it for vlogging. And in particular, if you have squiddy little arms like me, well, this lens is very nice and so you don't get tired while vlogging. Also, when I want to shoot landscapes and capture everything around me, I love using this lens. Next, my standard zoom lens is the Sigma 24-70 2.8. This is the V1. There's a new version which is a bit smaller, a bit less heavy, but this one is just fantastic. It has great quality of image, it has great contrast, sharpness. It is very well constructed, but it's quite heavy because it has loads of metal parts. Now, the footage that you can achieve with this one is fantastic. And overall, the most important thing about this zoom range is the versatility. 24 is very wide, you can even shoot astro with it, you can shoot landscapes with it, or great video work. Then you can zoom in at 50 or even 70 for some very nice portraits. So this lens is very versatile. I only bring out this lens when I know I'm gonna be in a crowded section where switching lenses isn't gonna be very comfortable. Maybe someone bumps you and you're gonna drop the second lens. So that lens is just fantastic because it's very versatile. The 24-70 is just a great range. It's a classical one. And then in the higher telephoto ranges, I have the Tamron 70-180 f2.8 G1. So this is the original version. It doesn't have any customizable buttons on the side. It doesn't have internal stabilization like the G2, but it works perfectly for me. It's very small, very compact, and very light. It even has a very small filter thread size. It has 67, which is very small. In particular, if you compare it to the 70-200 from Sony, from Canon, from Sigma, from Nikon, all of those are giant white whales, heavy, big, and they draw a lot of attention. So nothing screams paparazzi more than a giant white telephoto lens. So that's why I like this one, that's why I chose it, in order to travel with it and take some telephoto shots. Then as I shoot a lot of video, I do have to take some ND filters with me, and I have two different sets. First of all, I have the Peter McKinnon x Polar Pro Mist Edition. These are variable ND filters. One is 67mm thread, the other is 82. And the only complaint about these ones, because they're very well built, is that the 67 has a slight green tint, and then the 82 has a slight purple tint. But it's nothing that I can't correct in post-edition. And then when I'm on studio, I like to use the K2 system from Freewell, and this is just fantastic. It allows me to stack different types of filters. I normally use some ND filters combined with some mist filters, but you can also switch it up with some gradient filters, light trick filters, even CPLs. You can stack as many as you want, and it will work fantastically. But this system is a bit too bulky for me to be traveling around with, so that's why I prefer the Polar Pro Mist or Peter McKinnon Mist filters when I'm going out. Okay, the next item is equally as important as the camera, which is my computer. I'm using the Mac Studio M1 Max from 2022. I got it new, and here are the specs, but this little CPU works fantastically with me. Even if I have a heavy timeline with loads of tracks, loads of color grading and effects, it renders the video in a matter of seconds or minutes, and the playback is just fantastic. There's no stuttering or anything like that. For photo, it breezes through export times. And then paired with it, I have the monitor, which is a Mac Studio display. This is a 5K monitor with True Tone. You can even apply some presets for Rec. 709, for P3 DCI, for sRGB, in order to achieve a very professional color grade. So very happy with this. For peripherals, nothing special. The Magic Keyboard over here, the big one with the numerical keyboard at the side. And I don't like the Magic Mouse. I've never been accustomed to using them, so I use these little Logitech mouses. They're cheap, they work very well, and I do have to change them every couple of years. Now, connected to the Mac Studio at all times, I have some hard drives where I have my old videos and old photos. For newer photos or newer videos, I do have the Samsung T7s, 2 GB. I have two of them. One I keep it with my recent photos, and the other one I like to leave it empty, so when I'm on travels I can use this one. Audio is also a very important thing in my line of work, and my studio mic right here is still the Shure MV51. This mic is just fantastic, great quality, and it's USB. So this saves me from having to have XLR cables, XLR adapters, just adding complexity to the thing. This is just a USB, it connects directly to the computer and records great quality audio. Normally I have it in the Samsung ARM, which is just fantastic, great quality and resistance. I think this one is quite better than the Rode ARM, but you guys can be the judges of that. Now when I'm out on field, I used to use a lot the Rode Video Micro. This little mic, very compact, very nice, but the quality isn't the best. Now I'm phasing that one out because I got the DJI Mic Mini. These ones are fantastic. They're wireless mics, so you can basically walk away even 300 meters away from your camera, and the quality of audio is still going to be good. There's not going to be any interference, and two mics come in the same pack, so you can use it for interviews. Maybe you have two subjects talking, and I'm going to use this one for vlogging quite a bit, because you can just slap on it on your shirt with a magnet or with a pin, and you're going to be good to go. Okay, I know some of you guys are going to ask, my gimbal is the DJI Ronin RS3. Still that one, haven't changed it, I haven't had the need to change it. This one has great stabilization, the battery still works, and I have no need to upgrade to the RS4. Even so, I don't use gimbals all that much. Also very important for my tutorials is my main light over here, which is the Amaran 100DS. I used to have the 200, but that one stopped working, I don't know why. So I didn't want to spend the same amount of money. I went with a cheaper one, and this one works quite nice. Now the dome is a Godox 90cm dome with 2 layers of diffusion, but even so, I found that the light was a bit too harsh for me, so I added this diffuser also from Godox just on top of it, just to make the light a lot more soft on my face. These little peripheral lights, well, most of them are Amaran or they're Freewell. They're not too important. Next to my drones. Now I do have 2 very old drones, and I don't fly them all that much. First of all, my main workhorse that has been for many years was a Mavic Air 2. So all the drone shots that you see on my vlogs up to this day and in my Instagram were mainly shot with that one. The problem is that the sensor is smaller than my thumbnail over here, and the battery, well, it's losing a bit of the quality. It's not recharging as much, it's not lasting as long. So I am going to fade this one out for maybe the Mini 5 Pro, which has a 1-inch sensor, or the Mavic 4 Pro, which has a Micro Four Thirds. Next, the Avata. Now the Avata, I really never flown it outside of my home, just because straight away I crashed it badly, and it doesn't even fly straight. But altogether, I'm not too fond of FPV shots, in particular for my type of video. So that one, I'm gonna leave it like that. It's fun to fly every once in a while, but I don't use it in my regular work. Of course, there's many other things. My tripod KNF Concept is just a little workhorse. I have still the same backpack, the Wanderer 31 liter Provoke with the Essentials camera cube inside. This one is fantastic, incredibly comfortable, protects my gear and it looks very dope. And I'm not going to change it. Maybe I'm going to get a new one if that one breaks. And loads of cables, loads of adapters, loads of chargers, but none of that is very important. So that's going to be it for today, guys. If you have any questions regarding gear, maybe you need me to help you decide for something, put it down in the comment section and I'll gladly help you out.